And the reason why I've done this is because this happens quite a lot in reverse vanillas, is that the window of opportunity is actually very narrow. And I'm sure you must have experienced this yourself. You know, you get an opportunity to get in, cash gets out plus 10, you're struggling, you've got plus 3, and the next thing it goes against you, and you're stopped out. Some of the strategies actually give you a very, very narrow window. Vanillas give you quite a wide window, which is why scaling in is I've got any vanillas up there, is why scaling in is quite a useful technique, but you've got to watch your money management with scaling in. But it's slower paced. And so are some of the bounce trades, like full column support off a 60-minute box. It's slower paced, but some of these reverse vanillas, particularly if they're against the trend, the opportunity only lasts for just well, seconds in some cases, but just a couple of minutes. And so you've got to be very nimble. If you aren't nimble yourself because you aren't practiced enough at it, or your broker isn't nimble, then you shouldn't take these trades. Lot size. Okay, this is an account funded with 5K. And the maximum risk, which is that's how much capital is put at risk per trade, is 1.5%. That means that the maximum downside on any trade is $75 in this example. With a 10-point stop, you can put on 7.5 mini lots. With a 15-point stop, you can put on 50 mini lots, 5 mini lots rather, and with a 30 stop, you can put 2.5. What I'm trying to illustrate here is that this will severely affect your P&L if you have a mini account, because you have to keep rounding down. To put 1.5% at risk, you need 7.5 lots. We can't have 7.5 lots. Similarly, if you want to have a 30-point stop, you have to have 2.5 lots. Well, you can't have 2.5 lots. You'd have to have 2. So when you're thinking about what sort of account you have, think about standard, mini, and micro related to the amount of risk you have. Now, the newbie, the noobs, as the Americans call them, has been busy at the coalface. And he's traded 9 times. He's lost 3 times with a 30-point stop, and he's won 6 times with a 15-point limit. Okay? So actually, he's broken even at 0. He's got 3 times 30 times 10, which is minus $900. And he's similarly made the same amount. So he's worked all day and he's got nothing. On this trade, the amount at risk was $300. And on this trade, these trades, the amount at risk was $150 because he's got a 15-point stop. On the professional, however, titrates the lot size. So if he's got a looser stop, he has a smaller lot size. And if he's got a tight stop, he has a larger lot size, because each time he's going for 1.5% at risk, for example. Look at the difference in the outcome. They both trade exactly the same trades, but the professional trader is looking at his risk management. He's concentrating on his risk. That's the most important thing for him, is how much of my trading capital is at risk. And he keeps that constant by varying his lot size, depending on how loose the stop is. And so the new trader breaks even after working all day at the coalface and it has nothing to show for it. The professional trader who took exactly the same trades, but titrated the loss, titrated the risk against how loose the stop was, has $450 in his account. I'll give you an example of how you can become a millionaire in 4 years. So what we're looking at is sort of 48 months, and there's a magic figure here, which is 7%. It's actually a bit lower than that. It's about 6%, but I'm assuming you want to go on holiday. And there are bank holidays and there's US holidays, and we don't actually get a full 12 months, do we? It's about 7%. So if you can get about a 7% return, ROA, on your account a month, and you start off with $38,750, you will be a dollar millionaire in 4 years' time. If you have a ratio of, say, 60 to 40 with, and you aim to win as much as you lose, then you could have 8 days on a row, if you're only looking for 20 points a day, where you would lose. In other words, you could lose 8 days in a row and you'd still be right. Can you handle that? Can you handle the self-doubt? You get to the 7th losing trade, you think, no, I'm still right. It's very difficult to handle. So what I recommend to you, if you're having psychological problems, is to trade small, trade often, and let compounding make you rich. It's compounding that's the thing. That's the devil in the detail. It's true of all people who've been successful financially, is they have long-term horizons and they let compounding make them rich. And to compound up, you've got to be able to change your lot size. So you've got to be flexible over lot size and make sure it fits the risk, capital at risk at all times.